I think it is wonderful. And other poems from Sesame Street by David Core, illustrated by A. Delaney. Delaney. I think that is wonderful. I think that it is wonderful to wake up with the sun when it has just begun to shine. Hello, bright morning sun. I think that it is wonderful to hear the walking street as all those busy feet go by. Hello, Sesame Street. Me think that is wonderful to wake up wonderful to be in hungry mood as well. Don't worry, my tummy stopped growling after me have breakfast. Hello, food, 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 food. I think that it is wonderful to stretch from head to heels. When I get up, it feels just right. Hello, knees, toes, and heels. I think that is wonderful to scrub each part of me to make sure I will be all clean. Hello, clean spiffy me. The strangest word. A friend of mine once used a word, the sound of which is so absurd. Absurd. I was amazed. As I amazed at what I'd heard, and stood there quite astounded. I finally gasped, "Is that word real?" My friend said, "Yes, and what you feel is just the thing to help reveal the strange, absurd word's meaning." My mouth went wide, so did my eyes, in that they grew to twice their size. As I stood there in shocked and surprised, I don't know how I lasted, for what I felt was what I'd learned it as for what I felt was what I'd learned is meant by flabbergasted. When my imagination takes me by the mind, it leads me off so far, so fast, my body's left behind. Yet that's when I am most myself, lost in wish and dream, and I'm coming back. I smile and think, I'm more, I, I'm more than I might seem. A silly mystery. Here's a pretty mystery without a clue that I can see. If you are you and I am I know. If you are you and I am I, and together we are. I know we are we, of course, and then makes sense to say that they are he and she. But if you and I and he and she are all in one big bunch, then where are they and who are we? And it is time for lunch. What is a song? What is a song? What is that magical ribbon of sound that swirls and twines around you and me, weaving words and music in proper 1, 2, 3. What makes a song? What is it makes us sing along? Our voices joining up and down with sounds that roll and sway and beat. Our feet and fingers tapping in proper 1, 2, 3. What is a song? Oh, I was so embarrassed. Have you ever been embarrassed? Have you embarrassed? Oh, I was so embarrassed. Have you ever been embarrassed? Have you ever felt so foolish you just wished to run away? Oh yes, you cried. Then hear how I embarrassed me today. I took the bus all by myself in my little coat and cap. I felt so proud until I sat on someone else's lap. Oh no, I said. What have I done? Would you excuse me, please? I should have looked at before I said and landed on your knees. The woman on whose lap and I perched it was all so very kind. She told me that she understood. She really did not mind. I said, "Oh, thank you very much. You have not frowned a bit. You understand I did not mean to make you undersit." With that, I stood up hurriedly. I found another place. Embarrassment, most certainly, was painted on my face. Since you have felt embarrassed too, I do not have to say how glad I am that I found out the feeling goes away. There is a road, I call it my own. It beckons me when I'm alone. This special road, that seems to be a road I planned it so perfectly. It wins it and bends at my command and takes me where I wish to be, atop of a hill, beneath a tall old tree. There is a place that's mine alone, where I'll go still when I am grown. A long road ends atop of a hill, beneath a tree, and there I fill my mind with thoughts of what might be, and watch the leaves sway over me like waves on some green gentle sea. I've been wondering about all kinds of things, big things like buildings and boulevards, boulevards, little things like lima beans and locks, and the label on my favorite overalls. I've been wondering about in between things too, mailboxes and my bathtub and benches in the park. What I wonder is, are they still there when I'm in bed and all I see is the dark? When you're new on the street, when you're in and when you're new on the street and the people you meet you've never met before, when the neighbor's strange and you're confused by the change that waits outside your door. What you need is just time to tell to and what you need is just time and to tell yourself I'm still learning my way around. Everybody you greet was once new on the street. We've all felt lost before. A new home can feel strange, but that feeling will change and you'll find more and more that what you need is just time and to tell yourself I'm still learning my way around. The mirror poem. No mirror's big enough for Snuff to see all Snuff at once. He could try doing it in bits, but that would take him months. So I walk all around him and tell him what I see. I and then because he is my friend, he does the same for me. So many things, many things to do. Too many for one day, too many for my little feet to take me all that way. Too many for my little hands, my little eyes and ears. But tomorrow I will start again. I'm afraid this may take years. I think that is wonderful. I think that is wonderful that I can see a star when it's so far, when it's so very far away. Hello, good night, faraway star. I think that is wonderful that I can hear birds sing when outside everything is still. Good night, bird on the wane. Me think that is wonderful to eat my food all up, especially at supper time or lunchtime or breakfast time. It not matter. Night night, delicious food. I think that is wonderful that I can smell a rose. I'm so glad that my nose knows how. Good night, sweet smelling rose. I think that is wonderful to hug my teddy bear. It doesn't matter where we are. Sleep tight, teddy my bear. Good night, faraway star. Good night, bird on the wing. Good night, delicious food. Good night, sweet smelling rose. Good night, teddy my bear. Good night, good night, good night. The end.